I'm okay!
BASE stands for Building, Antenna, Span and Earth. A base jumper is a person that skydives off all four of these fixed objects rather than out of an airplane. A group of friends from around the world came out to South Africa on a base jumping mission. We, a local film crew, planned to join them on their whirlwind trip down the east coast from Durban to Cape Town. We soon discovered that these are not dull people. Iro Seppänen is from Finland, and like most base jumpers, he's not entirely normal. Iro tours the world as a professional magician and illusionist. He's developed a head for heights in quite an unusual way.
And the last few years I've been just dedicating my life for extreme sports. So now all the stunts and extreme sports activities pay my bills.
Jeb Corliss from the USA is a full-time base jumper. He's obsessed with fear, and when he's not base jumping, he has a fascination for diving with sharks. Jeb, who dresses only in black, tours the world in search of new objects to jump off.
For me, base jumping is more a life. It is my life. And that goes so far beyond any kind of addiction. You know, it's not like a drug. It's a lifestyle. It's who I am. It's what I am.
Omer Maidan from Israel is completing his studies as a medical doctor. He fills his spare time with fringe sports, and his first passion is base jumping.
If you want to try and describe what we're doing, base jumping is really facing our fears.
The African base mission is to jump off a building, antenna and bridge, and then, using state-of-the-art wingsuits, concluding the trip by attempting a seemingly impossible cliff jump, a jump that had never been achieved before. As film crew, our biggest challenge was going to be keeping up with the action.
Where are we going? We're heading to Durban. There's a hotel over there that the rumor says it's kind of a high, it's like 300 feet, and it has a swimming pool.
We chose a 100-meter high hotel on the foreshore of Durban as the first object. It's almost impossible to get permission to jump off a building, so getting on top and jumping off without being noticed is half the challenge.
It's kind of overhanging, so even if you get a 180, it's gonna suck.
If the condition's going to be okay, that's going to be a beautiful jump. I just don't know what's going to happen with the caps around us, but suppose we're going to give it a try and see.
Take a room, I'm going to have a shower. I haven't showered for 3 days.
Actually, yeah, I like to take a shower too. We should just get a room, just take a shower, all of us, and then
Would
go
you
jump.
rub my back in the shower?
No.
Or no?
60. Are you gonna go live on TV or something?
I think I read somewhere you can eat as many candies as you can while checking in. So it's up to you how much I can eat now.
Checking in as loud, gaudy tourists went smoothly enough. So we went straight up to the roof to check out the exit points and the wind direction. It was difficult not to look a bit guilty. There was a strong breeze blowing in off the sea. If they jumped now, it would push them straight back into the face of the building. Omer wasn't that happy with the conditions. We decided to gear up and wait for the wind to drop.
The Velcro doesn't go up all the way in.
This is Mr. Moose.
Very, very good. Wind's a little bit dicky, but I think it's doable.
You guys going for a swim?
Yeah.
So are we.
It It was starting to get dark before the wind conditions seemed stable enough to jump.
Fear is a very important part of life. You know, fear keeps you in checks and balances. You know, it keeps you alive. It keeps you safe. Without that fear, you'll do something really stupid. 3, 2, 1. See you guys.
Three, 2, 1. See ya. God, thanks.
Now we had to get out of there as quickly as possible before being noticed by the authorities.
Hey, would you like to jump off a building?
Too clever.
Yeah, that dude is like watching us and talking on the radio. You want to bail the scene?
I think it's a good idea to go.
Yeah.
With a building jump behind us and no criminal records yet, we headed off for a nearby antenna. Keeping up with these guys was hard work and expensive. The web of steel cables that hold this antenna upright make it one of the most dangerous objects to jump off. There's no margin for error.
The bond that you get with base jumpers, I'd have to say, are stronger than I've ever had with any other group of human beings. You need them. I mean, they are there to help you. If something goes wrong, they're going to be the ones who rescue you.
Any mistakes in the deployment of their parachutes could prove to be fatal. An off-heading opening would cause them to fly into one of the cables with serious consequences.
Jumping is so small part of the sport, actually. It's all about the lifestyle. It's all about going to the places. So 90% is like social behavior between the jumpers, and maybe 10% is like jumping itself.
My folks and my friends, they know me well, and they know that I'm not crazy. I think that sometimes when people see what we're doing, they think that we're crazy, but I think it's a calculated risk.
It was hard work getting to the top of the antenna. The exit point is about 120 meters up, and climbing the steel ladders seemed to go on forever. At the top, the high frequency of the radio waves played havoc with our cameras.
There was a lot of different frequencies going on, so once we got up to the antenna, we wanted to get geared up as fast as we could and jump down and kind of minimize the harm that we're going to cause to our body.
I'm always scared. Every single time I base jump, I'm always really petrified. The fear is part of the experience. 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Jed deployed his parachute sooner than planned, and his opening was off-heading. It pulled him 90 degrees to the left and caused him to fly directly at the steel cables. He gained control just in time. The only person still not breathing normally was Iro.
Oh man, you don't want to see, like right when you're jumping, you don't want to see someone going between the wires without any control. He was there so fast, boom, in the middle of the wires, and I was yelling like, no, no, out there, and luckily he got away. And then it's like, my turn. See ya. Whoa, haha. Shoot, Chip scared me. I can't believe how close he went. Yeah. Whoa. And I lost my moose. Oh, here it is. Antenna, base jumping antenna. Woo!
We had to have a separation of about 1 second, and he pre-opened, and I saw his parachute getting inside my face. I was like, oh no! Holy shit! That was a freaking hardcore jump, dude.
Yeah. No, next time I go first. Another boring day at the office.
Back on the road, we tried to regain our composure as we raced off to the Blowkrans Bridge, the highest span in South Africa.
Yep, absolutely. Everything I own is black.
Why is this?
I don't know.
John van Skalkbeek, one of our film crew, is an experienced base jumper and skydiving cameraman. John's job was to capture onboard footage of Jeb doing his notorious somersaults, or gainers. From 220 meters above the narrow gorge, the landing area below looks ridiculous. Their timing has to be perfect to avoid a mid-air collision.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. John is probably one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. And as far as a cameraman's concerned, he's spectacular.
Brilliant jump, dude.
I mean, in order to be able to capture someone who's spinning and flipping and keep them in frame as you're falling and doing a base jump too, it's like, it's unbelievable. He's really, really good at it.
10 minutes.
A fourth base jumper joined us at the next bridge. Yuri Kuznetskov is originally from Russia, but is now living in the United States.
Yeah, my parents used to skydive, and they each have about 1,000 jumps, so I made quite a few jumps before I was even born.
3, 2, 1. I'll see you. Woohoo!
He's on the cutting edge of base jumping developments, and his experience would be vital for the awaiting cliff jump.
Beauty. Woohoo!
This bridge is really low. It's only 70 meters. A person would hit the ground in 3 seconds if his parachute didn't open. A free fall off here is an extremely risky jump. John planned to film Yuri exiting off the opposite side of the bridge.
10 seconds.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. See you.
Whoa.
Yeah, left my marks there.
Aha.
Nice job.
Lovely. Real nice.
We were now ready for the final challenge. Milner Peak and its twin-tiered amphitheatre provided the E for Earth in the African Base Tour, as well as a fresh challenge to the jumpers. Milner is a dramatic place, a natural Eden and a base jumping paradise. The upper cliff is 550 meters high and the lower one is a further 300. Both are overhanging and the exit point at the top is made to jump off. But in the past, there's always been one major setback. A massive ledge separates the two overhanging cliffs and prevents the jumpers from exploiting the full potential of their height exit point. A person in free fall could never travel the necessary horizontal distance to clear the ledge. But where there's a will, there's a way.
Milner is a special place. The moment you get here, you just feel very small. It's very intimidating in a way, but it's beautiful.
A wingsuit has sewn-in panels that extend from the wrists to the waist and in between the legs. It transforms the body into a human wing.
You bring your arms up and you have a wing that goes in between your arm. You spread your legs and there's a wing that goes in between your legs. And you do look very much like a flying squirrel.
Wearing these suits, the jumpers hope to clear the ledge dividing the cliffs and increase their free fall from 9 seconds to over 30 seconds.
Oh yes, you can start feeling it now, can't you?
The full dangers and capabilities of the wingsuits are still largely unknown.
Did we have a bad childhood that we started to do shit like this?
Yeah, we did. I think that our childhood didn't end yet. That's the thing.
When you're really, really close to death, life has much more meaning and friendship means a lot.
Yuri will be the first person ever to attempt a free fall over the ledge.
You have so much fear that you actually have to deal with it without losing your mind. You change, you become a different person in a way, and everybody around you becomes a different person.
2, 1. I'll see you.
Traveling at well over 100 kilometers an hour, Yuri clears the ledge by less than 100 meters. He manages to get a 36-second free fall. This is a step into new airspace.
Can't get more perfect than that.
Yuri's flight had broken new ground.
It really makes your life special in a way. You're kind of growing up beyond being a human. You aren't quite a bird, but you're very close now.
Excellent. Life is good.
Iro had never base jumped in a wingsuit before.
But when you're standing on the edge, you see like this huge mountain, these sharp things that almost come to bite at you. First, when I exited, I saw my shadow. The sun was right above me. I saw it like far, far beyond. And then I just kept flying straight ahead. And the shadow just kept coming closer and closer.
Iro had cut it fine, but he was safe. He'd done extremely well for his first flight.
I try to face my fears I don't say that I'm necessarily very brave.
I'm shaking like a madman. I'm so.
Fifth time up here?
I would say nervous.
Yep, fifth time.
This was also going to be Omer's first flight in his new wingsuit.
One, zero.
He gave us a huge scare as he lost control.
That was the worst flight ever. I just couldn't stabilize. I was like stabilizing and then went out of position and back to position, out of position. And I felt like, then I'm looking at the ledge just below me and I'm saying, will I make it? I'm not making it. Will I make it? I'm not making it. Then I said, I have to bail before and just opened enough to pass it.
Since I was a very small child, I mean, I used to dream about, you know, being a bird and stepping off the edge of cliffs and flying through the sky. You just start feeling the wind grab you and take you, and you just start watching the ground moving underneath you, and you just get this amazing sensation of peace. I mean, it's one of the most peaceful things I've ever felt in my life.
Awesome!
Beautiful.
Omer couldn't turn his back on the challenge. He had to jump again.
You see the rock just foaming around you like it's gonna hug you from all sides. And it's just beautiful.
Yeah! Excellent fly! Woo!
The African base was complete.
Wow, what a jump.
Life always gets better, you never stop, really. If you stop, well, might as well be dead.
With base jumping, I get the ultimate high. I feel the greatest achievement after a difficult jump.
For me, base jumping is more a life. It is my life.
It's only getting better. It's just the very beginning of a beautiful new sport.
Facing the fear, it's a hard thing to do, but after you did it, you're not the same guy.
I'm living in a dream. And it's time to go. You cool with that? Cool with that. All right, good luck. Good luck. 3, 2, 1, see ya.